Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Oh my God, Defo, I am high on life. I'm alive in the pick five. I'm alive.
You know what? You've been displaying rare enthusiasm lately.
I think
Remember
finally...
how he was, Lubie, in the beginning? Oh, it's good to be here. Nice to have you on the show.
Well, this is what the newfound
And now, look at
sobriety.
you, man.
I'm energized.
Wow.
We are indoors today. It's a little bit balmy outside.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
We're at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap in Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway. We got some Lunchbox fans in the hizzle. We got Dr. Bomb here.
I love these guys, man. They're
Yeah,
great.
no,
they're so great.
digging into the mac and cheese with the blackened chicken. It looks great. And
Proudly wearing a Gator shirt, and maybe we should pay homage to the fact that the Gators have a hell of a basketball team.
well, you know, Val is a Gator. She went there for a couple of years. And, even though I have an antipathy towards, I guess it's a residual effect of covering Steve Spurrier, who, talk about insufferable. There was a guy who was a tough
I
program
had
to
a
cover.
great episode with Spurrier.
Yeah.
I was challenged by Joe Rose and Steve Goldstein. Spurrier was here for the Orange Bowl game. And they challenged me to go down and get a one-on-one with Steve Spurrier because I've been notorious for ripping him to the point where my name was even mentioned in a negative fashion on Steve Spurrier's Gator Hotline show on TV. So they challenged me to go down there, and they say, you don't have the guts to go one-on-one with Steve Spurrier. I'm thinking, I channeled my best inner Mike Mayo.
Like
Saying-
me and Shula going toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
What's with all this?
What was
movement?
weird was Spurrier acknowledged that he was aware of the negativity that I was spewing about Gator football.
Why you got to
at
be a
the
Gator
time.
hater?
So anyway, opportunity pops up. I get a chance to talk to Spurrier one-on-one. I'm online, and I'll never forget this. And he was a contemporary of the great Tony Segreto. Ned Smith, who I always considered to be a decent guy, he rats me out to Spurrier before I get the interview, and he says,
We
you
got
know,
some food
this is
dropping
that
in.
guy
Thank you.
that's always ripping you on the radio. And he tells him that before I do the
Oh
Ned
interview.
my
Smith
God,
knocked you out?
really?
You know, I think Ned Smith was the
Ned's
prototype for the Simpsons character Ned Flanders because he was kind of
He
that
was an
kind of
FSU guy, though. He loved
Yeah, so
Florida
why would
State.
you do that?
because
that
he's
was
Ned
really weak.
Flanders.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a snitch.
That's
He
lame.
likes
the
stirring
South
the
Florida
pot.
media wasn't really like that, and they knew what I was up to. The other guys were
Yeah,
all
that's
kind of
great,
in on the
though.
joke.
They're
that
like jealous.
I was going to go one-on-one with Spurrier, and then eventually reveal that, oh, by the way, I'm that DeForest guy that you hate, that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
despise, that you singled out and told the whole Gator Nation to, kind of swastika my house or whatever. And before I even got to do it, so I ended up doing like, a quick, just nothing interview with Spurrier.
That's lame.
And I never got over the shame that I had to experience because of the fact that Ned Smith ratted me out.
That's
Now, when
annoying.
you do the contrast between like going back in the day when they were
I
both
can still
national,
visualize
when
the
they
scene.
were national championship contenders,
Yeah.
both in Gainesville and Tallahassee, and the contrast between, basically Spurrier had them all in lockdown and paranoid, and the media is your enemy, and then you'd go up to Tallahassee, and Bobby Bowden, not only he'd invite you up to the
Oh no,
coaches.
Biden was great.
Into the inner sanctum,
Yeah.
like 10 minutes before a game. Hey, Mike, come in. And he's
He
like
was great.
chewing on peanuts and sipping on orange soda.
I
and
experienced that.
he's going over the game plan with you. And he's going to and you would go, watch practices there. You could actually watch a practice at Tallahassee. The coaches had their little towers. They'd climb up.
And he won more titles.
Yeah.
My previous before I ran into Lubie, I had a producer named Scotty Mack. We're standing outside. We're almost like begging, like, can we just get 2 seconds with Bobby Bowden at the front desk there in the athletic office? We were up there doing some baseball games, and Bowden, his door is open a half a crack, and he says, "Send those boys in here." And whoever, Mabel or whoever it was, that was his like constant, person that would always, kind of buffer the people.
Yeah, yeah.
And literally, just like you said,
Yeah.
sat down for like an hour and a half.
He
with
had
this guy.
couches in there.
Yeah.
He'd have, like the
I couldn't
screens.
believe what
He'd
a
break
great
down
guy.
the film
Yeah.
for you. Oh, here's what happened here. Like it was like
He and
was
Schnellenberger
such a
got
pleasure.
it. They got it. He and Howard Schnellenberger really got
Schnellenberger
it.
was never really nice to me because I was on the Shula enemies list. So like all of Shula's friends.
Schnelly, though? Schnelly
Well,
was
you know
like,
what?
Past his
Actually, you know
days
what?
when he
No,
was-
I take that back because when he went
Oh,
to
Mike,
Louisville,
some of the unflattering things you said about
remember when he took Louisville to the Fiesta Bowl, like a national title shot? I
Yeah.
actually covered that game for the Sun Sentinel, and he was as nice as could be on that trip.
I
to
had
the
a
South
food
Florida.
experience with Howard Schnellenberger where they used to have the celebrity chefs supposedly at Benihana's, and you had to like actually do the Benihana's thing where we were on the hibachi and chopping stuff up and everything. And my partner in it was Howard Schnellenberger,
No, that's classic.
and he did a good job, man. He was pretty good. It was like Chop Chop in one of the James Bond movies. He really had it down. It was fantastic.
Well, rest in peace, Schnellenberger. Rest in
Great
peace,
guy.
Shula.
Great
Rest
guy.
in peace, Bobby Bowden. Steve Spurrier still with us. Is he
Spurrier
working for
turned
anybody?
into a pretty cool guy, though.
No, he's all right.
After he went to South Carolina, he stopped
he, like,
being
woke up.
insufferable. And much like you with this transition with
in
the
his
non-alcoholic,
dotage, he is mellowed, and there's nothing like becoming a gamecock to kind of tame the cock in you, I
Exactly.
guess.
I don't know what happened, but he became like a comedian, like a
Yeah,
real
no.
great
He loosened
comedic
up a
figure.
lot.
Everybody, once you start winning and all the money's in the
Well,
bank,
after his Redskin days where he was
Yeah.
like, all right, he got
He
paid
was a
crap
hell
load
of a
money.
golfer, though.
I forgot.
Did you ever see him golf?
I forgot
was a
he went
golfer.
to the NFL. and
After
went
that,
to
he
the-
was like, it doesn't matter.
All right, so we're here at Batch. They're bringing out some food.
What on earth?
Well,
my
this is
God.
the burrata peach.
This
It looks
isn't
like
the
on
biscuits, is
toast.
it?
There's
That
a
is
little
the
bit
biscuits.
of, and then we've got the biscuits.
Sorry, Lubie, I have first
World
dibs.
famous.
Joy.
And
wow.
I am, first of all, Brandon is going to be joining us a little bit later. Of course, the world famous director of ops here for Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. They've got 3 locations: West Palm Beach on Clematis, West Del Rey in the marketplace there, just west of the Turnpike and Atlantic, and then right here, 525 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. All 3 of them are going to be celebrating the big Valentine's Day weekend.
Tomorrow.
Valentine's Day
All weekend
tomorrow,
long.
but all weekend long. They're going to have some specials. He's going to be presenting us with some of them in a couple of minutes. And don't forget, 3-day weekend. It's really kind of a 4-day weekend. You got Valentine's Day on
Yeah.
Friday, and then on the bookend on Monday is President's Day. I don't know if we're still allowed
Send
to
that down
celebrate.
the
Well, I'm sure
President's
that's
Day.
a day they'll always celebrate. That's one
Well,
day
there are
they
a
won't
lot of-
get rid of.
Past presidents that you have a lot of respect for.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was Lincoln's actual birthday yesterday. I believe.
Actually, we all just got
Washington's
fired.
birthday.
Did you see that? Musk is eliminating food critics
Oh well, that's
from the
newspapers
scene,
did
yeah.
that a long time ago. So Musk is behind the curve on that
There's
one.
the times you
but
could have gotten that job.
I got to give Brandon here credit because he has actually served as my inspiration. He is rail thin now. He is a former Marine. He has trimmed down over 30 pounds. He looks like a one-iron.
but he was in shape before.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
I
in good
know.
shape
The
before.
guy was like, he said, I was
He was just
getting
a
little
military
tubby. I
dude,
was
so he
over
didn't like it,
200.
yeah.
I was hitting 200. I was like, I wish I was 200 pounds. But he's not. He looks like he's 165 and he's ready to go the distance and run whatever marathons and storm the well, I guess he's going to be storming the beaches of Canada soon, but I don't even know. But
The
No,
51st state.
he's my inspiration because guess what I did today? You are going to be shocked what I did today.
You
Defo.
ran 2 steps.
I went to the gym.
Oh, wow. You
I
do a
went
gym.
to
Yeah,
the
who were you
local-
meeting there?
Holy
Is that
crap.
your bookie?
No, Val and I, and we're both kind of on board this new
Oh, good.
program.
See, that
I've-
helps,
I've,
though. That
I've
helps.
had a membership to the South Florida YMCAs for it's about 15 months now. When my cardiologist first gave me a lecture, I went for about 2 months at the beginning, and now I kind of fell off the rails. But I kept paying every month, $50 a month.
Oh, really?
And then finally, I said, "This is it. We're going to start doing a 3-day a week regimen."
Nice.
And
you started
there's-
today?
there's one over at Sis Trunk, and boom, hit the elliptical for a half hour.
You look
some
in better
weights.
shape, yeah.
Keep
I'm
doing
down
it.
a belt buckle. I'm back
Oh,
into the
nice.
black shirt, which it was getting a little too bulgy for a while, but I am back. in the
I don't
shirt.
want to say that the comments were particularly unflattering when I would turn people onto the show and they would say what happened to me.
I was tubby.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt
But
about it.
you were shoveling food in your face, and it wasn't good. Lubie and I, we let you do your thing. It's your show.
You
but
know me,
yeah.
okay? I can be a little bit when it comes to dishing it out to restaurants, whatever. I can be a little bit honest to a fault, but I bring that same kind of scalpel to
Acceptance.
myself.
But you weren't paying attention to your own criticism.
no, I
Yeah.
I paid attention. I knew I was a fat
Effer.
but there comes a point where it
Ladies
reaches
and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
you reach a critical mass, and my critical mass was, I never made the quarter ton mark.
But you want to feel good.
250.
250, yeah.
250 for me is my Mendoza. Well, whatever. It's the line of alarm.
250 is not a good number.
It's not a good number.
No.
At my height of Sun Sentinel criticdom, I got up to like 254, and that was just repulsive.
No, that's you're rolling a 7 there.
Last month, I was right after New Year. I was basically at 242, 240, depending on the day. And I was like, "That's it."
I love the health update every day. I really do.
Well, so
but
here's-
at least it's going in the right direction for a
it's
change.
going in the right direction.
Lubie's rooting for you.
I am high on life.
You thought
I
that
am
we
now-
were against you.
No, and because part of my life is eating and going to restaurants, but
Yes.
I found that what Lubie says is true.
Elmer Dills was skinny as a rail.
I could still,
Great critic,
but
great
Jonathan
food critic.
Gold, rest in peace.
No, he went
who is
insane,
another
though.
great food critic. He died at a young age of liver cancer because
This
he
guy
ate
was
everything.
eating hot dogs on the Sunset
This
Strip,
idea that you have to
tacos,
eat every dish on a menu, I think is
He
ridiculous.
He ate ducks stuffed with foie gras.
Yeah, like, that's
and,
insane.
Like
There's got to be a middle ground.
there's a
like-
middle ground, and this is where I found. And now, remember how when they would bring something like this out,
Yeah,
I
you
would
would've
just stuff
pounded
the
it.
whole
I'm
thing.
already all in. I'm starving, man.
Yeah, you
Great.
would've pounded
I
it.
did a little walk of
I
life.
am.
Ready to go.
I could look
Yeah.
at this. I could smell it. Can I
You-
sniff your drink, by the way?
You with the sniffing of the drink. I don't. Does it actually satisfy you? As gross as it
Try
is?
not to bring out your inner
Does it
strangeness.
do anything?
Yeah, I'm glad
I-
you're losing weight.
Like I've been off on an inebriate
go to the gym, lift a few
uh,
things.
for reasons. Whenever I
wanna
smell it
believe-
in the street, it doesn't help me.
I don't want to
It makes
belabor
me
the point.
frustrated.
And I know it probably gets pretty
It doesn't
insufferable.
give you a license to be a schmuck. Let's put
It
it that
just doesn't
way.
help
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But if I was insufferable before, I'm still going to be a little insufferable now.
That's
But
definitely true.
Oh no, I think that's in your nature. Yeah. We've learned that over the years. Wow.
but again, it's all about the balance. So
Yeah,
they
you know
bring
what?
these out.
I got to throw one at you just
Yeah, go
because of
ahead.
your insufferable nature.
yeah.
I for some reason get like a vicarious thrill or some kind of like sick like evil thrill every time I drive by the Valvoline place that used to be Skyline Chili.
and they're building it now. Finally,
and like it's like 10 years later, maybe more.
Yeah.
And I still think, oh, good Mayo, there you go. That used to be your place, but and nothing against the people there and the people that like
I'm
it.
very
whatever, but-
glad. I mean, look, I was sad to see it
But
go.
why does that do that for me? I mean, it's a psychological problem there, isn't there?
There's still a skyline on the west side of town on University. I'm glad I don't pass by it all
Super
the
nice
time.
people.
Because if I still was, now that I live up in this neck of the woods and I do pass by it all the time, that would have been my weak spot. I go in for a little coney or a little three-way or something like that. But now look at this. I got delicious burrata with a little bit of grilled peach. I'm not even going in.
Though. I mean, come on, Michael. You
There's a
can't
pickled
overdo
onion.
this. You've gone on these campaigns.
Yeah,
I know,
Lubie,
I know,
Yes,
I know.
yes,
You have
Lubie,
everybody out there has every reason
Lubie
to
is my
doubt me.
witness.
Look, the part that's annoying is that he talks about it every day. But I'll
that's the
give him
problem.
credit.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Just do
he's
it.
sticking to it more than he's had in the
Trying
past.
to
He's gone
coach-
through 2 weeks, which
Trying
is
to coach myself
more he's done
up.
in the last 3 years.
And just sometimes I need the self motivation.
You need
No, well, the
drugs,
fact
yeah.
that Val's involved in it is something that Shirley's accused me of because when she goes
That's
on her
good.
kicks, I'm going to live my life because I've always lived a life of moderation. So when she goes crazy, I think I not only disagree with it, it's just not me. But it's not right for me to not be supportive of her either. So I've learned to find my lane. The fact that Val's, I was going to ask you, is because Val likes to have a drink. She lives her life. She works hard, so she enjoys her time off. I was curious how involved she was in it. If she's going toe to toe with you, that makes it a lot easier. Like to have a partner in it with you,
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier to actually stick to something.
Because
Like
your surroundings and the people around you can really
It's a changing of
lift you
habits.
up or
Yes.
drag you down.
Bingo.
And now I'm very happy that every day I am finding inspiration in the people around me, whether it's Brandon and I look
You're
at
not
him
inclined to listen to other people. I mean, we've noticed that too
Look at
over
this.
the years. Yeah.
and I've loaded up a little bit of a biscuit here. Again, not the
this.
whole
That's fine.
biscuit,
One bite.
not a big bite, a very
That's
petite
fine.
bite
That's good,
with
yeah.
a little butter and a little bit of the
Just so
jam.
you're
But you are
satisfied.
becoming insufferable talking about how good you're doing. I mean, just,
All right.
just do it. What is
Let-
this, a
let-
Weight Watchers meeting?
No,
I mean,
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's like,
Oprah,
Oprah, where
do we
are
weigh?
you?
Do we
I'll
weigh you
start
every?
tabulating.
Why don't
we
we
weigh
just
you
put a
every day?
scale over here and weigh you every minute?
I'll
I mean,
start tabulating points. No, and my relationship to the scale is
I'm
this.
glad Lubie's with me.
I
on
love
this.
it.
So
Like
Lubie-
Joe
That would be great.
Cassell
We
said
should at least weigh him.
How pathetic.
there are no
We're gonna
scales
do
in New
this.
Orleans. There are no clocks in casinos, no scales in New Orleans. My scale only exists on Sunday morning, once a week weigh-ins,
That's
which is
what
how
you should do.
I'll be.
You're like Stu Feiner. I keep sending you those clips.
yeah, I love that guy.
The Stu Feiner weighing.
But that's
Oh, no,
what you
he's
should
crazy.
do.
He's out of his mind.
Yeah, but
He's been
insane.
going up and down. He's a yo-yo.
Well,
he's
he's
a
a
human
little
yo-yo.
He's nuts, the guy. That's
All
the
right.
problem.
And that's
Hey.
what you don't want to be.
Something hit me overnight, with this whole brouhaha about the issue that nobody wanted and that nobody needs, and it's all a big distraction, this whole Gulf of America thing. All these other things,
Norbit,
and
is this?
nominations,
Oh, this is the cranberry.
and people
the
being
cornbread.
appointed to positions that they may not be necessarily
May
qualified for.
not be. I mean,
They keep getting appointed and confirmed
they got
and,
confirmed.
and
two of
all
them.
that stuff.
I think Kennedy's a brilliant choice.
Yeah, no, and this is another reason why I have to get into shape, because if he's
Yeah, they're
the
not going to help
the
you.
health czar,
They're not going to help you.
we've got to really kind of, we're all on our own, folks.
I mean,
Wow.
come on.
But think about this. Not only that, he got nominated, but he got approved.
No, he got passed. He did pass. Yeah.
Unbelievable. The guy was crazy when he was.
What do you mean he couldn't talk? I
And-
didn't understand anything he said. They talk about not understanding Kendrick Lamar. How did you understand RFK Jr.? I thought
But here's
literally
the
he
good
was
thing,
about to pass out
guys.
in the middle of the thing.
His
We're
own
gonna-
sister comes out and says,
We're
"Get
gonna
him
Yeah,
out
it
of
sucks.
we're gonna get rid of pennies, and we're gonna have McDonald's fries fried in beef tallow again. That's gonna be really
None of
making
that's
America
happening.
great again. So I'm okay with that.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
even gonna be touching the McDonald's beef
There-
tallow fries.
There you go.
But something
You
hit
see
me
that
last
white
night.
flag over to Ukraine?
Something hit
Yeah,
me
exactly.
last night. It was an epiphany. This whole Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, Hazarai, and
Why
now
is
he's
that
like
bothering you?
he's
so much?
banned. Well, no, it's not. It's not bothering me. It's bothering
The
Trump.
AP.
The AP, which is a credible
They
worldwide
said 180
news
years.
organization,
180 years. It's been covering things.
worldwide news organization, bureaus in countries far and wide, and they are refusing to go along with his little executive order because
It's not law. It has nothing to do with it.
somebody said to me, this is a good line, that it was Gulf of Mexico was assigned at birth. You can't go around
Yeah,
changing
yeah,
that
yeah.
now. I mean,
Well, the funny thing
but-
is, they don't like people changing their own name, but magically we can change a body of water that worldwide is known by
But
the same
here's
name.
what struck me. Okay, this guy,
Lloyd Free became
his-
World Beef Free.
People change their name on their
No.
own choice.
his winter White House
Look at
residence
Kareem.
club. Did you realize that in 1988, the people of Florida, there's a constitutional amendment, and I can't even call it Florida because English is the official language of this state.
Oh, really?
So heretofore, the winter White House
Okay.
shall be known as Sea to Lake.
Oh, Jesus.
And we no longer live in Florida. We now live in Flowerland. Because with English being the official language, are you with me here, Defo? English is the official.
you lost me
English,
last
no,
time,
no.
man. How
English
about
is the
food?
official language of Florida,
Look what we got.
which means Florida is no longer Florida because it's a Spanish word
Yeah,
meaning land of flowers.
Flowers, yes.
So it's now Flowerland,
Yes.
and that place that's off the coast of
This-
West Palm Beach
well, it's with
in
the
Palm Beach.
biscuits.
Oh, look how-
we
look
got
at
more
that.
stuff. We got the
Wow.
Valentine's ribeye steak. Thank you.
Wow.
So again,
I'm looking at some
do you
You
know,
looking
do you
shrimp
know
here.
what that place translates to is sea to lake? Do you know what I'm talking about? Sea to
No.
lake?
No,
No, not
I,
even a
this
little.
whole
You have
thing
a-
is like
okay.
way out there.
Where does he spend his weekends?
Oh, Mar-a-Lago, you're
Okay.
right.
What
Sea
does-
to lake. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a Spanish word.
Yeah, so we should
We
flip
can't
it.
have Spanish
We should
words
flip it. Yeah.
in a state where English is the
You're not
official
wrong,
language.
Is that corn
So
bread?
anyways, this
heretofore-
is this is their special.
Nobody likes
we'll
this?
call it Sea to Lake. We'll
No,
switch
no,
it
no.
I
around.
came up with this without
And
drugs.
make Mar-a-Lago.
no,
Without
no, you,
drugs.
Get back
you
on
got
the
to start
drugs.
drinking
Get
again.
back on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
drugs.
no, that was awful.
So this is the
Uh,
cranberry cornbread that is a special for Valentine's
oh,
Day.
I have to try that.
This
I have
is
to try that.
a calabrese,
Oh,
Yeah,
it's got
Calabrese
like a
seasoned-
Calabrian chili,
Calabrian
rubbed
chili rubbed
ribeye
ribeye,
with some mashed potatoes, smashed potatoes.
and those
Yeah.
And this is their version of a shrimp cocktail.
Yes.
It's
Oh, that
Cajun,
looks great.
Cajun shrimp
Wow,
cocktail.
with the
wow.
grilled lemon. I'm
This
gonna
is all in
squeeze the
honor
lemon
of
off.
Valentine's
This
Day.
is great stuff.
So what was your point on that?
He's just translating it. If we're not going to do Spanish, then we're not going to do Spanish.
No, if we're going to rename
I know, I
things
know, I know.
because
No, don't
now
go
all of
back
a
into it.
sudden America is great and English is the official
Then
language
get
of
rid of the-
Flowerland.
We
It's
should be
no
called
longer- We
Flowerland.
now live
Mind
in
if I steal a
Flowerland, and his winter White House is Sea to Lake.
And it's not Winter House. He's there every weekend.
Well, yeah.
Literally. This. So,
you,
anyways,
you have to forget about all
the
that. stuff.
Valentine's
You really do.
specials are already underway all
Wow.
week long. Tonight, for dinner. Now,
Look at this.
over the weekend they have the brunches, but at nighttime,
That's
all
good.
the way through
Yeah.
Sunday,
Wow.
you can get all these dishes, and there's a couple more coming out. And then Monday they will be doing brunch, like it's a weekend day because it's a day off.
All 3 locations. You know them. They love the weekend brunch game here.
It's so
And
funny.
I love the talking when
They
you're
always
eating.
want a mouthful of food. Mayo. I mean, what is that?
You're
You
amazing.
with this new leaf.
You're
What
special.
is
Hey, you
going
know what?
on?
Before we get into all this, I
Yes,
think
sir.
we should take our first break.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
you
whenever
really
you are.
need one.
Brandon is
Wow.
going to be joining us after in a minute. We've got all the
I
Valentine's
need
Day
Lubie to send me
specials here.
that
What do you need?
cornbread.
The cornbread.
Oh, my God.
You know
That's
what's
great.
good about this? The shrimp and the steak,
What's that?
keto friendly. All right.
Oh,
And
jeez.
speaking of steak, I just was texting with our friend Jack Studiali.
Jack is the
Tropical-
best, is he not, man? What a great
Not only is
guy.
great, I love the fact that the Lunchbox family, and I really consider our sponsors family now.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
a restaurant family, too.
it's a restaurant
yeah,
family.
yeah.
But Jack and his wife Terry, they love going
Oh,
around
wow,
to
look
all
at that.
different restaurants that are sponsors now of the Lunchbox. They're part of they're OG Lunchbox and Gambling Gourmet back when we were on the radio together in the Gulfstream Breezeway. Tropical Acres was one of the
That
original.
was the origins of creating this
Yes,
monster.
that's where this
Lubie.
started.
Yeah, yeah.
all
yeah.
your fault, Defo.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I talk to myself every day about it. I really do.
But Jack and Terry and Tropical Acres, they're having lunch right now up at our friends Nicole and up at Food Republic, and they
Nice.
like to
A
go
lot of
around.
rave reviews about that.
Last week they were at
rave reviews.
the Catherine with Timon. They had a great time.
Rave
But
reviews about there.
and I was just texting about what's happening tomorrow night at Tropical Acres. Well, the news is this: they are completely booked for
Oh wow!
You can't get in
Valentine's
there.
Day.
Wow.
No, it's not
However,
surprising.
they always save a little bit of room for walk-ins, and especially if you mention that you're a Lunchbox viewer.
Yeah.
But my suggestion to you is you can't call and get a reservation anymore for Tropical Acres, but you can go in there tonight, or you can go in Saturday night, or you can walk in on the early side. They're going to start dinner tomorrow night on Valentine's Day at 4 p.m. and go all the way to 10. So if you go on the
Oh,
earlier
nice.
side as a walk-in or the later side, now if you go on the later side, they're going to be a little fatigued. They might be out of some things. My pro tip for you, and that's not just for Tropical Acres, but any place, go in early. If you don't have a reservation, go in on the early side and see if you can sneak in, get a little bit of an early dinner, and then you back home, take a nice romantic walk, maybe go down to the beach,
Yep.
and then who knows what will happen
All of
after
a sudden,
that.
you're Mr. Romance.
I
Well, the
am
beach
missing
is
out.
always
Yeah.
my move. That was
Wow.
my favorite move. the
Yeah,
beach.
so again, Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road. They are open 6 days a week, closed
Remember
on
when
Sundays.
you used to just take the girl to the dog track on Valentine's Day and hope that she, you know,
Did you ever do that?
that was
Didn't think
never an
they were
effective
such a-
move
Mayo,
in
did
my
you ever
world.
do
such a
that?
fool that she
No.
stuck
I
with
never
you?
did that.
No.
I always went overboard.
I
on
met
that.
my
track?
first wife was she worked at the racetrack, so that was kind
Oh,
of
well,
good because
that
she was
helps,
already
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole milieu. But no, I didn't
Oh,
find
thank
that
you, thank
taking women to either dog tracks or
On Valentine's Day?
any place where the
Highlight?
smell of manure is
What about
strong.
Highlight was kind of classy back in the day. No?
But talk about classy, the Studio is Tropical Acres, the best of
Exuding
service, the
class.
prime rib, and of course all the different steaks, lobster, twin, surf and turf.
Mayo, have you tried this?
They're
one?
there
This is
all
great.
weekend long,
Wow.
and not on Sundays, but they'll be back on Monday. Well, on President's Day, they'll be open. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take the first break, and
Cornbread.
then I'm
Try
going
it,
to start. Well, that's a little
Wow.
too carby for me, but that's okay.
Oh, God.
I'm going to try it. Okay,
So sick.
we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox from Batch after these words. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and daily fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have daily happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the New River. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and all right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We are at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap in Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway. And look who is here right on time. The second segment. Brandon is the director of ops here for Batch. And how are you today? Look at this spread. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Mayo, they knocked it out of the park here today.
Well, thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
and you had me at hello. You know, always get me with the biscuits.
The biscuits are there.
I don't know that
Love
I've ever
those.
eaten anything I like better, honestly, with all the great stuff that's out here. Steaks, shrimp,
Lobster.
and
waffles.
This cornbread cranberry thing is,
Awesome.
I mean, who
it's
came up
really
with
good.
that? That is sensational.
Yeah, we used to have a cornbread on our menu 2 years ago, and when we updated the menu, we had two bread options on there, with one being the cornbread and the other being the biscuit. So we really had to make a decision as a
My
team
God.
on who's going to keep that real estate on the menu. So we were actually having some internal issues with execution of the cornbread, making sure that it was going out exactly how we wanted every time. So that's why that one got the axe. So we stuck behind the biscuits, and that's why we kind of go above and beyond with the biscuits.
Astonishing to me that like both of these things are world-class dishes.
Mhm.
I mean, talk about never disappoint. That's
it was
one
a
of those
tough
favorite.
decision. I can tell you,
But
we
to,
had
to have that get voted off the island, it
Yeah.
seems like almost I want to go save it or rescue it.
Yeah,
It's-
but
it's-
what we
I
ended
mean,
up coming up with was exactly this, and we
Should
wanted
be
to
instant
get
replay.
into
Instant replay.
featured, cornbreads, and then that way with the seasonality of it, we can kind of adjust some recipes
All
to
right.
it. For the
Wow.
fall and winter, you get like the cranberry orange. For summer, you can do like a jalapeno cheddar. You can really get
Okay.
clever and creative
Right.
with different styles of
And
cornbread.
again, that FOMO. When you
Yes,
see that
exactly.
they have
It's
the
gonna make you want more.
cornbread on the menu as a specialty,
It'll go.
seasonal, in this case for Valentine's Day, then you gotta like just go for it.
Well, it's kind of like the pot pie was for us too. I mean, that was something that was on the menu. We took it away, and when we started going live
And-
with advertising, a lot of our regular old guests loved to see it, and they came in and showed their face.
So
and
what
support
is
us.
the story with that? Because I posted. There's such a backlog of rave reviews of Batch on the Let's Eat group now that we have to parcel it out like
Open the
little
floodgate.
acorns.
Open the floodgates.
And so one got approved. It kind of fell through the cracks. I didn't realize she was gushing about the pot pie, which went off the menu as a seasonal specialty as of the beginning of February, right?
Correct.
But I want to start a movement, and I'm sorry to be a
Okay.
troublemaker.
Okay.
And like with pitchforks, they'll be coming and saying, bring back the chicken pot pie. And I'm thinking maybe for like March or maybe, St. Patty's weekend. What
No.
pot pie has to do with St. Patty's, I have no idea. But can it maybe make special
It
appearances
definitely
throughout the
can.
year?
It definitely can. And honestly, one of the reasons why we took it away is as menus were updating, we were trying to just modernize the concept. It was one of the least of the problems that we had. It was easier just to kind of remove it, to update it with some of the other recipes that we had, kind of put our best foot forward, tighten up all those recipes, kitchen operations, staffing, management,
Yeah.
all of that. Now that we have a great business model, we're executing on all cylinders right now. There's no reason
Everything.
why we can't bring any of this back anytime.
Everything is firing on all cylinders. How are the other locations doing?
Great.
Del Rey is the latest one, and I'm seeing nothing but rave reviews.
really
also.
Yeah. Jennifer's doing a great job out there in Del Rey. She's a good friend of mine, really close to me, and she's kicking butt out there.
So, all right, let's go over all these dishes because let's not talk about anymore about what's not available. Let's talk about what's right in front of my.
Yeah, I guess
Face.
we'll start at the top. So I mean, you have your cranberry and orange cornbread. So it's
So you said that was your recipe.
Defo needs
It
another one
was,
of
yeah,
those.
I had a
Oh,
lot
I
to
don't
do with the
know.
R&D
No, save me
process
some
on
room.
there.
You gotta
Yeah.
have that. That's
Wow.
it.
It is
good.
fantastic.
So it's
I
our
gotta
Actually
cut you
makes-
some lobster.
Yeah, it's our traditional
Yeah.
cornbread recipe that we had, a
This
couple
lobster
years
thing is
ago
weird,
that
yeah.
we pulled out from the grave, and then we added some fresh cranberries in there, some orange zest, some orange juice to
Wow.
really get that citrusy flavor in there. Bake it for about 15-20 minutes till it's nice and golden brown. Nice, airy, fluffy, and the one nice part about like the accoutrements on there is you are getting the honey served with it as well. So
It's a home run.
you can just drizzle that honey on top with the jam if you like, and also that butter. Also for the
Mayo's
feature-
trying to kill me
I
here.
can see that.
Now that
It really is among the most delicious things I've ever tasted in any
Love to
restaurant,
hear that.
anywhere, or any place.
No, I love to hear
Absolutely fantastic.
And then
Yeah.
this is your Cajun shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, it's a Cajun shrimp cocktail. So we're going to season it, we're going to grill it, and then we're going to chill the shrimp down. So it's that traditional shrimp cocktail. We kind of played around with the plating of it, so it's a little bit different than sticking shrimp in a coupe glass or a
Mhm.
martini glass, if you may.
oh my God, this lobster. This is a Florida lobster tail.
It's not. It's a cold water tail. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
cold water tail. It's going to be a full 8-ounce tail. We're going to cut it in half, butterfly, and then batter it, fry it, toss it in a hot honey sauce, and served on top of your favorite waffle.
I tell you what, I'm usually a
It's a
lobster
unique combo.
minimalist. I usually just like it, plain steamed and
Yeah,
dunked
yeah,
in
yeah.
a little butter. But for a southern variation, to use this instead of the traditional chicken and waffles,
Yep.
it's great.
Yeah.
And it should melt hearts the way that the waffles and the melting the butter is.
Yeah, we
all
put
good.
like a hot and sweet style sauce on there, so you
Good
get a
stuff.
little bit of
Yeah.
a spice kick, but it balances out really nicely with the sweet. And when you put it with that sweeter side of the waffle, the butter, the syrup, all the stuff that goes with it, it's a home run.
What's the deal on Valentine's Day now? I mean, how is the operation? Do you have
Are you
tables
full-
left? What's happening?
Good, yeah. We still have a few tables left. I think it's early times and a little bit later times for tomorrow.
So if you
Um,
want to take your Valentine's date out at 4:00,
Yeah,
you
4
guys-
o'clock's
No.
about to come
You're
for the
good.
early bird. No, we have plenty of tables, and that's the nice part about here in Fort Lauderdale is it's a
Lubie.
huge restaurant, so we get a lot of tables that we can see, and then generally speaking, it's 2 tops, 4 tops throughout the shift.
Right.
So you do get a better table turn, so we'll have plenty of tables available for
Oh,
tomorrow.
beautiful.
We do still accept walk-ins as well. We have a great inside and outside bar with 40 plus
And-
seats.
And here's my plea to you, all the people of the Lunchbox world and Let's Eat South Florida. I don't want to see a million complaint posts on Saturday morning about oh, it was crowded and we had to wait and they were a little backed up and things. It's Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, come on.
It's one of the most
Especially if you don't have
crowded.
a reservation.
Here's what you do. If things
Even if
are
you
a
do.
little backed up, be understanding. Order another bottle of bubbly.
There you
Look
go.
lovingly into your partner's eyes and profess your love. Compose a poem maybe while you're waiting. Don't take
Don't
it
mind
out.
him, Brandon. He's lost his mind.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
making sure he gets a
he's
better
got
early
it now.
tonight.
Yeah, wow.
And here's the other pro tip.
Since he stopped drinking, I mean, it's just been a battle. Um,
If you haven't made your reservation yet for tomorrow and you can't come in late or early, how about this? Pro tip. Just pretend that Saturday night is actually Valentine's Day
Yeah.
and make it
Well, if you're in a
a
relationship,
date
we
night.
tend to make
but
it
you
when
guys, I
when
mean,
it
being
works
the
for us.
kings of hospitality, you and Kevin, I would imagine you step up your game. I mean, how much added preparation do you do for like
Quite
a
a
Valentine's Day?
bit. Quite a bit. I mean, there's a
Because
lot of behind
Mayo
the
is of the
scenes.
impression that like it's never.
I
gonna-
don't want to be known
But
as an
you
excuse
guys
maker.
are going to be
I'm
on
a
your
realist.
game. You're going to be on your game.
Yeah, we got to be on our game. I mean,
Yeah.
any holiday, we do this quite often. We're professionals in this business, so we know what to expect. But you never, you plan for the best, expect the worst. So we're staffed for it. We're ready to go. We've been prepping, all week for, our features for the evening. So we're looking forward to it.
I've been lost in a food reverie here. Did we talk about the ribeye, the
And
potatoes
last
on
one,
there?
We have not
it's
yet.
going to be a 14-ounce Calabrian chili ribeye. So
Wow.
it's going to be a Chairman's Reserved hand cut 14-ounce ribeye.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
select your temperature, and then we're going to put a Calabrian chili butter. So it's a compound butter mixed with those Calabrian chilies.
But it's not overwhelmingly
It's not too much.
spicy. You
No,
hear
it's
Calabrian
not.
chili.
No, when I was doing a little bit of research on the Calabrian chilies too, I realized that the carbone, that's what the base chili that they use for that spicy rigatoni dish they have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they use the Calabrian chili, so it's a nice mild, but you do get a nice little kick at the end.
Flavor
of it. So
and the
flavor,
potatoes
the
underneath
depth of
it.
it.
Potatoes are fantastic.
Yeah, and those are our buttermilk mashed potatoes served with grilled broccolini. It's a great ribeye. We've been selling the past 2 nights, and it's moving really, really well.
And this is a Cajun shrimp
The
cocktail.
Cajun shrimp cocktail, yeah. So it's Cajun seasoned, so blackened, and then we're gonna chill the shrimp down like a traditional shrimp cocktail, served over our spicy remoulade, a little charred lemon. It's awesome.
I love the way these guys get into it. Mayo, man. I mean, we're very lucky to deal with like a lot of great people in the business, but it never ceases to amaze me. I mean, the attention to detail, and the enthusiasm you guys have for like turning people on to new things, and then I mean, you love presenting this in the highest end of fashion.
Well, it's the
so-
fun. It's the fun part of
Yeah.
the business. I mean, there's not much talked about publicly about how tough it is to run restaurants.
It's tough, yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of the toughest things I've ever done with people, with operations, with supply chains, all the other stuff. So when you get the opportunity to put out really kick-ass food, you get to talk to
great.
guests about it. That's the fun side of it.
And the thing that's impressive is like, you hear Southern food and you think, oh, spicy chicken sandwich or mac and cheese with the
Fried
different things.
chicken.
The way you guys have really
They elevate it.
elevated everything so that you can come in and you can get a steak or a lobster and it has that Southern spin, creativity, down home feeling. And it's just delicious. And that's what I come to restaurants to eat. I know some people come for atmosphere or, the vibe,
Mhm.
but to me, the most important thing is what's coming out on the plate. Does it taste good? And do I want to keep eating it to the point where it's maybe not, the best for my own
Jesus.
personal
Well,
health?
what do you
but-
got now?
What is
Oh,
this?
Liz, he's got a dessert coming,
Oh
and this
my
looks
Yeah,
like
so
the.
that's the dessert for Valentine's Day tomorrow. So that's our chef's mood, and we
Oh, you
did
could
a
Put that
put
back.
that, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Take no.
We're not getting rid of
don't,
the lobster.
do not let that lobster go.
You're the man.
Yeah. So this is a very
Oh, look at
romantic.
you.
So what
It's
is
a
this?
chocolatey strawberry shortcake.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so I-
So much for the diet.
right,
There goes the
right.
gym.
You put it in
Yeah.
front of me, I'll eat it.
At least I got my workout
I
in
told you. I
beforehand.
told you my running schedule earlier. So
Yeah.
it's good.
And look, congratulations to you. You
You
look
look
like a
fantastic.
one
Thank you,
iron now.
Thank you.
The last time we were here, he was like a 3 iron. Now he's
Okay.
down to just a straight, that's
I'm almost
flat
there.
edge.
I'm almost at the goal.
What's your goal?
I turned 40 next month. So
Well, the
40. Wow.
I hit my weight goal, and now I'm doing fitness
You're
goals.
looking. I,
and-
I don't want to say that
That's
I'm
what I
jealous,
do.
but
Let it be an inspiration.
you have been my inspiration,
Yeah.
Okay,
and you
I'll
have
take
that,
that.
marine-like discipline. And again, when you are able to hit the beach and do your running, and you get your workout in, burn your calories, then you can come in here and pretty
Exactly.
much eat anything you want
Exactly.
in moderation. And speaking of moderation, I didn't ask about, with Valentine's Day and the whole brunch weekend, 3 days of brunches, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yep.
What's on the libation menu? Do you sell bubbly here, or
do.
is there?
We have a couple bottles for it. We're not really known as a wine bar, but you can kind of see behind us on the screen our whiskey bar that we have. Black behind the back bar. We have some really nice high-end whiskeys. We have some really nice spirits on there. Great handcrafted cocktails.
You got your batch infusions, the pecan whiskey, the spiced rum, cinnamon vodka.
We have a little bit of everything for everyone. So that's what we're really known for. We're not bringing anything special for it. Hopefully, people can start to explore our menu a little bit further and jump on something that they might normally not
and that
get.
pecan whiskey sour that's on your, I guess, happy hour menu. That's my go-to drink when I come here.
It's a great drink.
Served in a coupe glass. If you don't like it, then you wouldn't have liked being alive in the 1920s. But I think it's a very classy glass. It's a perfect vehicle. Yeah, you have the pinkies out, but also you got that egg white foam on top, and it gives that nice surface area for the foam.
Yes.
To me, everything works here. Everything is considered and measured.
Tremendous assortment of flavors. I mean,
well, and I look, they're deliberate, they're intentional, they're big with hospitality. Brandon and Kevin and Jennifer have talked about that, but I like that they don't skimp on the flavors, they don't skimp on the quality, and
they don't skimp on the portions either.
You get in the pricing, and I like that you can get both. Because again, just getting good Southern food in South Florida is not easy, but you can bring someone who wants elevated food or wants Southern or both, and you get that here. And I love that they, like a lot of the people we deal with, they like to mess with the menu, whereas they know their staples, but there's always something new coming in and something they're sort of moving out for later.
Yeah, the one word that we always talk about internally is value, and we toss that word around a lot. And does the dish bring value to the guest? Are you going to be happy about spending $10 on a cocktail or $27 on an entree or whatever the dish is? So we want to make sure that whatever we price it at, for our cost and what we need to put it out at, you're going to get the value. You're going to leave here happy and satisfied with that.
That's beautiful. All right, and
all the way around, huh?
Let's talk happy hour. I guess happy hour is what, 5 days a week?
5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. and all cocktails $14 and under. Qualify for happy hour, so they become $7 cocktails.
It was great because I know I came in. It was a Friday night when happy hour is on.
A couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And Val and a crew, and then I had some friends in town. Next thing you know, we were taking. And I apologize, but we ended up taking over like 2 tables, and we were here. We ended up being here 4 hours, well past happy hour. We kept drinking. It was a really fun time, and it was just like that's when you have a good thing going is when time just kind of melts away and everybody keeps lingering, and it's not like, oh, I got to go to everybody was just hanging out and ordering another round.
Shirley canceled 3 plans just to eat long. I'm like, you can leave. No. I'm like, okay, I didn't ask you to cancel plans.
Awesome. Happy hour is great here in the bar area. It's a great, comfortable spot. They got bigger tables to accommodate, groups and things like that. And it builds dinner service too. So it's just energy. You walk in, you feel good. You want to be around energy. People, are want to be around other people.
Good food, good drinks, good people.
Yeah.
That's why Batch is Lunchbox approved. I'm so happy that we found each other, mainly because, just look at this.
We ate like we were going in a chair, man. It was unreal. Remember the first time you had the...
It is Valentine's Day. I can't get a little romantic. Can I write you a poem?
You can write
you
a poem.
and Kevin.
You can write
Remember when Good Humor came out with the strawberry shortcake?
Oh, I love the strawberry shortcake.
It was unreal. This
that's
blows it
favorite
away. But it brings you back to your childhood.
So that's a house-spun strawberry ice cream that we make in the house.
Very nice.
You're making in-house ice cream?
All of our ice cream.
You guys are not kidding around when you say you're a scratch kitchen.
We absolutely are.
I got a little piece already on my shirt, so.
So then we're actually going to use one of our biscuits too. So we use a biscuit
and make it more of a sweet.
Macerate some strawberries. So we'll have the macerated strawberries in there. We pour those over the biscuit, so that soaks into the actual biscuit itself, turning it into a shortcake. And then topped with the strawberry ice cream. And
that's
then
a winner.
A chocolate ganache sauce on
berries,
top.
Chocolate ganache,
berries, it's
biscuit, shortcake, and the homemade strawberry ice cream, which has just the proper amount of butterfat content, the mouthfeel, the creaminess. This is another winner. I'm going to give it over to you, Lubie, because I
you guys
don't
take
trust
reservations.
myself.
What is your deal like for Valentine's Day and the weekend?
So we do take reservations. You can either call the restaurant or go to Open Table. Open Table is the best platform for it. You can see all the available times for the party size that you have, and that'll be from today throughout the weekend. Same thing on Monday too. Monday's a busy brunch. So we'll have brunch, at 11:30 a.m. till 4 p.m.
You've got 4 days, folks. If you've never been to Batch, you've got Valentine's Day tomorrow or 3-day weekend to hit their brunch service, and you've got 3 locations, you have no excuses. I don't want to hear. I want to see so many batch reviews in
You're
the
forced to
bin.
post them, yeah.
You don't really have to solicit those, so they
And
come on their own, which is
So
really nice.
there is one, and I know you guys are into hearing feedback from guests.
No, they're
constructive
fantastic about
feedback.
it.
And the criticism is few and far between, but there is one in the bin. A woman mentioned that the one thing, like, she didn't like the backless chairs at the bar. I mean, but to me, that's a little bit of a reach. When you critiquing.
I don't know why you dwell on these kind of things, because I mean,
I'm
all you
dwelling.
have to
I'm
do
just
is-
mentioning the
classic.
one.
I guess we're
thing-
getting new bar chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This
gotta-
woman will have a customized chair the next time she comes here.
But you
know
do
how
have
to-
hooks on the bar,
We
right?
do have
do.
hooks on the bar,
which is a big
yes.
deal for women to have
Yes,
the
we do.
purses hanging and all that. So
You're
know
gonna
what?
get it everywhere you go.
It's good for your core to not have
There
a
you
back.
Good for
on the thing.
posture.
All of a
Sit
sudden,
up
you're
straight.
Jack LaLanne. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm just saying that
You went to
people
the
who
gym
are
once
reaching, who are
In 2
saying
years.
if okay, you don't like the backless back, then you can come in and
I mean, they have booths.
The
They're
booths,
super comfortable.
We have booths, tables, high
seats,
tops,
they
low
got the whole
tops,
thing.
inside, outside, bar tops.
It
low
always
tops.
amazes me though to see, look, people do notice things.
They do.
And not to dismiss it. Some people do want a chair that has a
You're
back to it.
approving these posts.
I didn't approve that
No,
one
it
yet.
hasn't
gone
That's
through. That
sitting
never
in
went through.
purgatory for now because
Oh, good.
we
Yeah.
got too many.
That one hasn't gone through.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in the bar area, and we at times, I mean, we'll move some of the high top chairs that we
Right.
have that do have backs to the bar for
Right.
guests that need there. So
I guess my point is
again,
this:
your
some people
hospitality.
are just reaching and looking for
100%.
anything.
I mean,
to,
my point
to-
is she didn't notify our management team.
that's it. There you
exactly.
go.
Just
Why
ask-
would you have brought out a chair with
Yeah,
a
we
back?
just split a chair over easily,
Okay.
made it, and then we wouldn't
There
have
you go.
anything to talk about.
Man,
Speak-
man, honestly, I mean, we go to a lot of great places, and this is certainly among them. The assortment of things that came out today.
Yeah, you can have
So
a salad. You
amazing.
can have, again during the
Wow.
brunch service, you get the shrimp and
I
grits.
mean,
and the
it's really
waffles,
a
and
tribute to the commitment that Kevin and Brandon have made, and all the people here
they've stepped up
to,
their
to
game.
really giving you the best of everything.
Well, I appreciate it.
Behooves you to come out. All right, Brandon, keep it up with the
Thank you,
weight
sir.
loss regimen. I'm sure the next time we see you, we won't even be able to see you. You'll
No,
be
weight loss is
You'll be
done.
invisible.
Weight loss is done.
He's
So
there.
now
Good.
we're going
Now it's
back up.
maintenance?
Now
Okay.
maintenance and go
All
up.
right. Well, have a great Valentine's Day
Thank
weekend.
you.
I
You
hope
too, my friend.
that the masses are not asses and are
will be cool
understanding.
here.
No,
Yeah.
it's going to be great. It's
Yeah,
good.
no, we're looking forward to it.
Always a pleasure,
Pleasure,
sir.
my friend.
All right, let's take
Absolutely.
our second
Good
break,
stuff, my man.
and then we'll come back and wrap up. Well, we got 2 more breaks to go. We got a little bit more ways to go, but we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox from Batch after these words. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima for reservations.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Man, I cannot believe the array of... I can't believe I've had steak, I've had lobster, I've had shrimp, and we're at a southern restaurant.
The different treatments, though, fantastic job by these guys. You know we love Kevin, and you can tell. It's great. It's one of the good things about this show is that you meet the people, and they're so creative and they're so dedicated. Yesterday we were with Brandon at Even Keel, and he comes out with like all these amazing things, and then you come right back the next day, a totally different scenario, totally different type of restaurant, and a great job.
What kind of ridiculous blessed life do we have where on Tuesday we're with Gene and Jose at Delaware eating stone crabs? Then yesterday we're having freshly shucked oysters and those grilled oysters.
Those
were
great,
beautiful.
by the way, yeah.
Straight from the Gulf of America, by the way.
And you know what? Those were good grilled oysters.
Those were really nice. And then today we come in here, we get the whole... I mean, talk about the kitchen sink.
This was off the chart. It
Beautiful.
Really
Well, what's cool about it is it's opening your eyes to... You can get elevated food in places you never thought you... Like, Even Keel is right by the water. Usually by the beach, you're happy to just get
You're happy
food.
to get a hot dog, yeah.
Exactly. But to be able to get it at a nice price, they have happy hour specials, they have daily specials, and you can walk in with sandals and shorts. They don't push you away, and then you get elevated food. You come here and get Southern food that's elevated. That's the kind of thing you would never expect to find.
I'm going to cut myself some slack. Because seeing the way that I eat every day for lunch, and then never mind dinner and the invites I get for dinner,
well,
the fact that I'm not 300 pounds, I think I should get a little bit of a pat on the back.
Because Lubie and I probably won't eat again today after doing this. Whereas you will be at several different places.
I should go gamble heavily, and I'm alive through 3 legs of pick 5.
There you go.
But now
that's really your only concern.
It's going to be tough sledding ahead. I've only got 2 in the next race.
Your concentration has not been on the food. You were lucky to get through the interview with Brandon because all you care about is this Gulfstream Park pick 5.
Let me ask you this.
I hope it hits.
Okay, guys, you took home some of the stone crab the other day from Delaware Seafood, right?
Mine have yet to be eaten.
Oh, really? You're saving it for Valentine's Day?
No, Mustang was sick as a dog.
Okay.
And I was sick also.
Because I hate to be Mr. Critic, but
I don't know how long they last.
Cracked,
yeah.
They really should be consumed within 24 hours for
they're
maximum
probably
flavor and freshness.
They're probably out of the picture.
Now, talk about shocking events.
As long as you have them in the fridge, it'll be fine.
2 shocking things I did today. First of all, I went to a gym.
Nice.
The other shocking thing I did today, but it's not really not so shocking, is I gave Delaware a call, 954-983-6831, and I put in an order to actually pick up some fresh, large
credit card?
stone crabs. I am going to be paying for it because that is the Mike Mayo
I paid
way.
for mediums yesterday. When we go there, we definitely take care.
Lubie
bought some stone crabs.
I did.
Wow.
And so I am going to be picking up tomorrow. We're going to do a surf and turf at home because you know me on Valentine's Day. I like to kind of stay home.
Yes. You have
let the romance
some weird,
percolate,
like anti-restaurant bias.
No. I am
do.
the biggest
He
supporter
just
of
is very
restaurants.
impatient, is what I
On
learned.
certain days, I like to let the amateurs roam and let the professionals do their job, and they're going to
Stay
do a
out of
great
the
job
fray.
here.
I think in general, people do a great job in this
No, they
business.
do.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
really do.
But I'm just saying, I prefer. So tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a shopping expedition. I'm going to get some stone crabs from Delaware. I'm going to get some steak probably there too, and we're going to do a surf and turf.
Nice.
And again, Delaware is there for you if you don't want to go out and just want to stay at home tomorrow, or just pick up stuff for the weekend, because Delaware is your everyday, supply
So I had
kit.
an unsolicited, two unsolicited, and it's
4191 North State Road
and
7,
we've had stone crabs at
DelawareChicken.com.
other
Go there.
places. So, I'm not casting their aspersions, but it's interesting. My wife said this, and Ken said this, because I was thanking Ken for the great care that he and his mom have for Wolf, and the new way I've done that, as long as it's in season, I grab them Stonies whenever we're there. The thank you I got from him, his mom, and then my wife said this, because we were somewhere and they gave us stone crabs, and I brought it home, and she liked them. She's like, and we had them at Joe's, and she liked them. She's like, but it's weird, like they never taste as good as when you get them at Delaware. And this is what she said last night to me in our home, and I said, you're not wrong. I maybe said it's fresh. We know Jose and Gene have like ridiculous connections to fishermen where they get it like right out of the water into
They
your
pull it
home.
up out of the pot.
But
they
there is
steam
something
it.
about their stone crabs that is just like next level. They're just like sweet. They're fantastic. Even the mediums that may be more work. Ken said, I agree with Mayo. It's more work, but the sweetness of them is something that's unmatched.
And they're at maximum peak, season
Right now,
in
that's
terms
what
of
Gene
sweetness,
said. Yeah.
and freshness.
And Jose said,
Go in there. You know where it is, 4191 North State Road 7. We love Delaware. And one more suggestion, if you don't feel like the Southern cuisine and you feel more like the Italian cuisine, of course, we got Casa d'Angelo.
Oh.
We love Angelo Ilia. Also, class all the way. We associate with classy people.
you do.
I don't know why they
We're
want to
not
be
the
around
classiest
me,
of
Sort
but
of surprising, It could be the 190,000 people in Let's
Yeah,
Eat
thank
South Florida that
could be.
are feeling this. I'm not sure
Could be
they're
all the
all.
awards I want too. That's
You can
Yeah, I mean, you're like Donald
give
Trump.
it
man.
off
You
when
know
you're
what?
not
As
eating,
much
as
as
long
you
as you're
rag
not
on this
eating.
guy, why don't you beat your own chest? Good idea.
Well, no, you got who was it that said if you don't toot your own horn, who's going to toot it for you?
I don't know, someone in radio.
There has to be something to toot. Yeah.
Well, hopefully somebody's around to toot a horn.
You're lost.
Casa
You're
d'Angelo
gone.
is fantastic.
No,
Great quality, original dishes. They have half the menu is specials every day. Is what Ricky and
they have 3 locations.
the other Angelo we're talking about.
I
the last time we were there.
imagine they're probably almost fully booked for the Valentine's Day holiday.
Yeah, but again, all weekend should be like
all
Valentine's weekend.
3-day weekend. The best part about a 3-day weekend, Defo?
Is you're off the third day.
You could drink all weekend long if that is your thing, including Sunday night, and you don't have to go anywhere and work Monday. We're actually going to be kind of taking the holiday off on Monday and have an encore edition, the one from Wicked with our friend Kim Bokamper. That was a fun show. And that was, for those who didn't see it the first time,
Last
we're going to air it again on Monday. And I figure on Monday I could go down to the beach, do a little bike ride, then go hit the gym.
You'll be wearing a Speedo.
Compose more
You'll be
poetry.
you'll look like a French Canadian. You might get
Gonna
deported.
be great. Hey, I guess all the basketball teams played last night. Did anybody have any action on it? And what did the Heat do? I haven't been paying attention.
Heat
to anything.
had a disastrous, catastrophic loss to the point spread.
Okay.
Where the point spread was 13.5. They were up like 10 going to the fourth quarter. They get blown out 32-8 in the fourth quarter. They lose by 14. And
this was to which team?
To the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are the best team in the NBA, right up
Are
there
they?
with the Cavs. Yeah.
I did not know that. I guess I should start paying attention to the winter sports now that we're going to be heading into the home stretch in the playoff season.
NBA, even Lubie, a big basketball fan, he doesn't really care for the NBA regular season.
Well, again, they've gotten too greedy.
He likes
too
the
many
off-season
games
more than the regular
and
season.
too many stars sitting out for too many games during the regular season.
It's still good basketball. I mean, if you catch certain portions of it, it's good.
Apologist.
Yeah.
What's the Panthers
No, I'm
doing?
a basketball fan.
No, that's good.
You hate everything, but
No,
I
don't
can't believe
hate
you were ever a
everything.
sports writer. You hate everything.
I would prefer not to waste my time on stuff that's become devalued, and the regular season is it or is it? Oh, he's off the headphones.
He's gone.
It's meaningless.
He's
and
telling you to get out.
he's telling me
Yeah.
we got to take a third break, and then we got to get out.
Oh,
of here.
my
Then maybe
God.
I'll get his
Come on.
opinion about winter sports
Get
and the
with
Florida Panthers, which I'm also not paying attention to. We'll be back.
Or the time of the show.
Is it 2:00? Well, we started at 2:02. Okay, we got to take our third break. We'll get out of here. We'll be back.
What a mess.
When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa de Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. We are back, and you know what? I've reached peak satisfaction. There's nothing in my life I can complain about right now. I am
You'll find something.
I find that hard to believe.
No, I'm so happy. Like
No one fetches more than you. No one. Lubie, would you agree?
I've met
I guess
people that do
the
more, but
only
he does
thing
it
is just don't turn on the news.
consistently.
Don't
Oh,
turn on
God.
the
no,
news.
it's 3.5 years we've been doing this.
And
or
don't
whatever.
look up.
Yeah.
You know, I just watched that movie again, and it's more than chillingly
Yeah,
prescient.
it's scary.
But it's
you
funny.
know what movie I want to see? You probably I don't know if you're inclined to do this, but
The
I got to
Dylan
go
movie.
see the Led Zeppelin movie.
There's a Led Zeppelin
I
movie?
didn't even know.
Yeah, it's like Being Led Zeppelin. It's called.
Oh,
I
interesting.
didn't
It's
know
playing
that.
in IMAX.
The Bob
and
Dylan one I want
I
to
would
see.
imagine this would be a thing that you would want to see in a theater with like phenomenal sound.
Did you see A Complete Unknown yet?
I haven't seen that. No,
You
I'd
should
like to
see
see
that
that.
I want to see
too,
that so bad.
I'd
That
like
If
to
sounds
see
you
so good.
appreciate music,
that one
and-
I'm probably waiting to see on Netflix. But
Yeah.
okay.
but this Zeppelin movie, I
Oh my
think you got to
goodness.
see in a theater.
Defo.
You won?
No, but I'm alive to one pick 5, right? I have the 7 horse, Just Deny, which I think is a
And what are
fitting
the odds
name
on
for
this
these
pick?
times. Well, if he
Oh, you
comes
pick
back,
up at grand?
no, I got half of that, so I would get 500.
Oh wow!
That's
If
not
the
bad.
7 horse with Luis Saez
I like that.
You
for
got a shot.
oh no, I'm sorry, Junior Alvarado for Danny Gargan, who is a very competent trainer. If number 7, Justin Ives, wins this
What's the odds on
5th
the
race, 6-1.
All right,
I'll
You
take
know
a
a shot.
6-1
You know
shot
a
for 5
You might want to.
dimes,
You might
right?
want to hedge and go all 7 just
Right.
for the hell of it. Get your money back.
Wait, it's not dimes, is it? What is it? What's 100?
100 is a stick.
A stick. 5 sticks.
A nickel is 500, and a
Right.
dime is 1,000.
A dime is a
That is true. That was a true story with
I'll take
Bocamper.
half a dime.
He has me call like a serious bookmaker, like a guy who's really connected, and who I used to, bring him some clients here and there, and he didn't understand the terminology. So the guy says, "How much you want to bet on every game?" And he goes, "A nickel," and he thought that was 50.
But I don't know where nickel would get to 50. Like that's
Because
what I
he
don't
didn't
get about
know.
that.
I mean, he's like he was
No.
brand new to the terminology, the vernacular.
The nickel
of
being
degeneracy.
500, I never got when you first told me about that.
A
Like
nickel was
15
500
years ago,
yeah.
but 50, I wouldn't go either. I
So
don't know why.
at the last minute, I got to call this guy like 12:59 on a Sunday and say, "Hey, Charlie, can you call off this guy's bets? He only meant to bet $50 a game." He's like, "You bring me a $50 player, and now I got to call everybody and get these bets blown off? You got to be kidding me, DeForest. What the hell is wrong with you?" And sure enough, they all three hit. And he canceled them just in time. It got him down to $50.
This is what I've learned at the racetrack. If somebody hands you a mistake ticket, keep it.
Take it.
Hit my biggest score ever. One of them
Let's hope
at
you
a
get this
Breeders' Cup when somebody punched a number 6 in the Classic one year, and it ended up being a winner, like a $20 winner, and I had to pick 3. Oh, whatever.
Unless
great.
it was that one teller that never got the track right even. Like
Well-
you would think you were holding $2,000 worth of winning tickets, and then you look and you go, Louisiana Downs, what is wrong with you?
That was always my favorite part when Hank would beat
Oh,
up
Hank,
on
yeah,
the
no, Hank
teller
on the
up
teller,
on the press box at Calder.
Yeah.
And he'd run in. Hank would come running in with 10 seconds left as the horses are coming in the gate and
Yeah.
start screaming out numbers. And the guy would get one ticket wrong as the gate opens.
And that
And
was
he'd
it.
just berate him.
My favorite thing with Hank was when we used to get fed like unbelievable food at Calder Racecourse when we were doing the 3 Live Jews out there with Eddie Kaplan. And then they would bring Hank literally like a pheasant under glass.
Right.
Exquisitely made by some French chef that they had just brought in for the occasion. And he went, "What is this?" "I wanted a cheeseburger. What kind of crap?" And, it was amazing. He was funny like that. Very
Rest in
cantankerous.
peace.
You would have
Rest
to
in
say.
peace.
Yeah. Died
All
on his birthday.
Well, thanks to Kevin, who wasn't here today, and Brandon, who was, and the whole crew at Batch. We love them. Come on out this weekend. It's going to be a fine time to check out all the great menu additions and exciting drinks. Great people, great food, great everything. We
I'm
love
stuffed.
it. Tomorrow we're
Yeah.
at Gulfstream.
Beautiful.
Hope I will be $500 richer by then.
Well, let's see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm on a hot streak. I'm getting heated up. My life is in balance. I'm high on life, Defo.
I'm glad
And
to see this.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
yeah. We hope it lasts. That's all.
I hope it lasts, too.
We've seen this thing last about 3 days.
No.
Yeah.
It's a new leaf. It's a new leaf.
All
All right, Lubie, thanks for all your efforts. We'll see you tomorrow from Gulfstream.
You can't thank
Until
Lubie
that,
enough for what he does.
Enjoy
for
every
you and the
steak,
show.
enjoy
So
every lobster and waffle, enjoy every cornbread, and enjoy every sandwich.